The United Nations 2023 Water Conference closed on Friday in New York with the adoption of the Water Action Agenda, a milestone action plan containing almost 700 commitments to protect water. The UN Secretary General says the conference forged an ambitious vision that water needs to be at the center of a global political agenda. Yahya Jammeh tells us more of that in this report.
From protecting against the spread of disease to fighting poverty, water flows through the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and its 17 Sustainable Development Goals when the world is grappling with climate change, water scarcity and pollution. Lending multiple perspectives and expertise to navigate the challenges ahead, more than 2,000 government representatives, scientists, academics, civil society groups, indigenous peoples, members of the private sector and the youth delegates attended the conference held at UN headquarters from 22nd to 24th March. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says new science base is needed to bring the agenda for water to life.
All of humanity's hopes for the future depend in some way on charting a new science-based course to bring the Water Action Agenda to life. They depend on realizing the game-changing, inclusive and action-oriented commitments made by member states and others at this conference. A number of other follow-up steps are under consideration, including the recommended appointment of a special envoy on water to advance the prominence of water in the lead-up to the September SESTI Summit, as well as the Summit of the Future next year.
The Secretary General pledged UN support every step of the way as member states take action through the second half of the Water Action Decade. General Assembly President Sabah Crosses said the $300 billion in pledges made to buoy the transformative Water Action Agenda has the potential of unlocking at least $1 trillion of socio-economic and ecosystem gains. The outcome of this conference is not a legally binding document, but according to Karosi, it still turns pages of history.
Together, we can launch the transformation for a water-secure world, and these game changers can take us there. If we roll up our sleeves now, these transformative efforts will greatly support the success of the Sustainable Development Summit and the Summit of the Future.
According to the United Nations, the global water system is in crisis. Despite safe water and sanitation and human rights, billions of people lack access to these essentials for life. To reiterate the importance and availability of access to water, the WHO last year said that 1.4 million people die annually and 74 million will have their lives shortened by disease related to poor water, sanitation and hygiene. The World Health Body also said that almost half of the global population, 3.6 billion people, lack safe sanitation. There is new hope that commitments made during the water conference will address the water crisis in the world. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Yahya Jammeh.